This is the American Legion's annual Veterans Retreat for veterans suffering from PTSD and TBI. My name is Greg Akers. I'm the American Legion Department of Alabama Adjutant. This is our 5th annual retreat. First one was in 2015. We are our best medication, and when we can talk to each other. And that's kind of what we're looking to get done here. They formed their own Facebook group the second year. There's been a couple of times that veterans have made the statements. I don't know how long I could take it. And within 10 seconds, there's 250 responses. And the guys are on the way, on the phone. Hey, I've got you, brother, we're coming. Don't want to jinx it. But to this day, out of over 250 veterans we serve, we've not had one suicide. It's them, it's their camp, they run it. We're just here to make sure they get everything they need to run it.
My name is Anthony Rivers, veteran of the United States Air Force, also the United States Army National Guard. Currently, participating in the Homeless Veterans Program at Tuskegee VA. Before I went in the military, I didn't drink, didn't do drugs or anything like that. I began to indulge in drugs and alcohol. I was having trouble with my family, like fighting my siblings, numerous encounters with the police, 0 to 100, just like that. And I couldn't understand. I would go to church, I would pray, read the Bible. I was sincere. It didn't get better.
I served in the United States Army from October 1977 till October of 1981. So I come to this PTSD retreat because I was diagnosed in 2007. I've been suffering for all these years. I didn't know I had post-traumatic stress disorder. I didn't know what was wrong with me. But I knew it was the military. Not everything, but a lot of things they were doing to me was wrong. I didn't want any parts of the government. I didn't go to the VA or anything until 2007. And then finally, I had to go. Because I was suicidal.
My name is Danny Wideman, and I served in the United States Marine Corps, and I'm proud to be a Marine. After I had a terrible divorce from alcoholism and some other issues that I was dealing with, going through treatment over and over again, and that not working out, I ended up homeless in Augusta, Georgia. And my aunt that lives in Decatur, Alabama, came looking for me because I was ashamed of who and what I had become. After she brought me to Decatur, Alabama, I continued to drink. I was suicidal also. I didn't want to live anymore because I couldn't deal with not having anything and depending on family members to help me out.
I had a friend, he was in the Army. He almost committed suicide. He almost blew his face off. They're still reconstructing his face right now. He went through the program up at Tuskegee. After about 6 months, he came home. He was totally different than the guy that I knew. He tried to tell me about the programs. I wasn't hearing that at that time. However, it got to the point where I wanted to, I attempted suicide. And while I was on Veterans Crisis Line, they sent the police to my house. And I went into anaphylactic shock from what I had consumed, you know, trying to OD. And they took me to the hospital. They caught me in time. And that was a weird experience.
I almost got killed. I almost killed myself. Sometimes I got so bad I had to leave my children with my family members because I couldn't even cope. Suicide, it's very suicidal. One thing that kept me from killing myself, I was on probation for 4 years. My probation officer, I came into his office one day drunk and I told him, I'm about to commit suicide. He said, I'm gonna transfer you home to Columbus. You go back to your parents' house. I was living in Atlanta. And he said, how selfish could you be with 2 children to commit suicide? And since then, I mean, you know, the thoughts come back now and then, but I can't do that to my sons.
I just thank God that I didn't kill myself that day that I was living with my aunt, spending the night there, because I knew what a gun was. My aunt had a TV in the living room. The Clark sisters and B.B. Wideman were singing a song, Addictive Love. That slowed me down when I was going through the kitchen. Something happened. I call it God. He told me to make a call, and I ended up at the Tuscaloosa VA.
When I woke up in the hospital, my granddaughter was there, and she was like 6 years old, and she loved her granddad. I saw my granddaughter up there. Granddaddy, you sick? That touched my heart, and so I knew I needed to get help. I called my social worker, and they got me up there within 2 weeks. I've been there now like 3.5 months.
I went to the VA and I started getting some treatment. I was just crying and crying. And from then on, I was diagnosed and I started going to my classes.
That was kind of a turning point when you knew what you were dealing with.
Oh, definitely. Now I could put a name on why I was acting like I was, because before then I had no idea. So I'm working through everything, but it's very, very painful, and I've only been able to talk about it in the last few years.
I came to the Tuscaloosa VA January 28th, 1992, and from that day to this one, I haven't drank, used any drugs. I carry this in my pocket to remind me of who and where I've been. I put it in my pocket every day. I've been putting it in my pocket for over 27 years. Today, I found a family that's not in my blood because I don't have any family here. They're all veterans. Veterans that come through the program and ones that I meet along the way. But I haven't drank or used any drugs. And I haven't been homeless. They've helped me to get better.
And I want everybody that feels like there's no one there for them or has been having a similar situation, there is help for you. There's definitely help. But you have to recognize it and don't run from it, because it will destroy your life, and it may even destroy your family, your children's life. Please get help. Please.
I found out that I did have PTSD. I'm gonna change people, places, and things to become the new person that I'm striving to be, with the new coping skills and knowledge that I have of myself and my condition. Now I have hope. I learned about my illness, and I thank the VA for it.
You want to get out of the rain a little bit?
Yeah.